Hello everybody, another video from the Brain Directories channel. On this video, I want to introduce you to Anwar. Anwar is one of our biggest partner and one of the BD users, BD business owners on the Brain Directories platform. He has a couple of sites, a couple of businesses. He has several questions about Google in general, either Google Analytics, things about SEO, keyword planning, trends about things that affect his business site. So, hi Anwar.
Hi, how are you,
Oh,
Luis? Thank you for inviting me to join you this morning. And I know that Google Analytics is one of the key component for the website
hmm.
for as a owner for myself as well as for my customers.
Yeah.
And give me some brief how Google Analytics and how does it help businesses, so that way our people can explain to our customers when they sign up and they make their profile on our site.
Okay. So Google Analytics affects you directly as the actual owner of the site, and indirectly to them because through Google Analytics, for example, you're able to know how they're behaving on the site. um, do know that Google Analytics has way too many parameters to analyze. Okay, there's a lot of them. That's why you can create multiple type of reports about it, demographics, do a certain specific studies over time on a specific day. If you're doing an A/B testing of some email campaign, for example. But on Google Analytics, mainly is to show you how people behave on your site, the flow in which they go through the site, how long they stay on a specific page, which pages are being more successful than others. Again, if you're doing an A/B testing kind of thing there. Um, if the traffic that's coming, where the traffic is coming from, geographic studies of that traffic, and so on and so forth. It's very overwhelming. Let's put it like that. If it's the first time coming to analytics, so the quick way of installing Google Analytics on the site, just in case, is in the last week, I would say. BD did an update. So if you go to settings, general settings, and then integrations, you now are able to put the Google Analytics 4 here, the GA4 here. Before they had the Universal Analytics. If you have those two, then I recommend the other video that I did about this, so you know where to put the actual Google Analytics 4 code. But if you go to the analytics, which is analytics.google.com, and you set up your account and all that, the the most important thing right now is to make sure that the account, and you see it here, okay, you see it up here on the top right corner where your little face is, or the letter is, or a number is. You're gonna see something here, okay? That has to be, that's my recommendation there, the same Google account that you're using for all your services. Why? Because, for example, um, in general, Google will be able to map your accounts together and give you specific insights. So, for example, here, if you go to analytics and Google detects that you are actually using Search Console with the same account, or you're using some other specific Google service with the same account, they'll actually tell you something down here, especially for the insights and recommendations, about how you can merge this with another of the Google services to give you a better, or to give you better analysis of the information going through the site. Okay, so here we have, for example, the behavior over time on my testing site. I don't know why people are going to my testing site. It's just a testing site. But you can see how, hey, 15 members came here and they did this, and today they're coming from the US, and in the last 7 days, and they're checking out these pages, and their direct links going to the page versus referrals. I have no idea how I got referrals. Referral is when another page actually refers your site to. to you. I am amazed that we have referrals, but this is a testing site, so I don't know why it's getting traffic. It's just it's a site that we work on. Um, do know that by checking out this, well, not that one specifically, but the behavior in which you see this, you can actually know if your site is going to go down in traffic or something bad is happening. Okay. If a specific page is being popular or not, or it failed, you can actually analyze that here. Okay, so if you launch on the same day, for example, 3 pages that actually show here, and then after a week you see that 2 of them have 60 views and one has 1 view, you know there's something wrong with that specific page. Either it's broken, it's having a bad effect on mobile devices or mobile devices, and so on and so forth. Okay, so there's several things that you can actually analyze straightforward here. If you go to the real time, we can actually see that, for example, um, there's somebody on the first page right now, or there was somebody in the past 30 minutes, probably me, on that page, and they were their first visit, and they did this and they did that, etc., etc., etc. So there's a lot of behaviors that can analyze from the point of view of the users. Okay, so I'm rambling a lot here because there's a lot that gets analyzed on analytics. For the people that haven't installed analytics yet, do know that once you have it configured, if you saw my previous video, you should know, but basically if you come back to your analytics here, assuming it's Google Analytics 4, GA4, you click on admin here, you click on data streams on the second column, you click on web, or you click on here if you actually see this. Then you click on view tag instructions. Before you would click on tag instructions and you copy this code. You click here this copy and you would go to settings, design settings, paste that code here, save it, and you're done. You have analytics set up now. Because Bridge Directories updated the way that you do that now. Once you get to this same page, you only copy this here, this code. You click on the copy there, and now you actually go to general settings and the Google Analytics, and you paste that code there. And how do you know this is working? Well, you go to visit website. I'm gonna disable my ad blockers because they're super active right now. Okay, let me disable that one. Let me disable this one. And I'm gonna click on my son, the Hungry Ninja. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Analytics and I'm gonna click on the Home. And the way that you actually double check that this is actually working is you can either go to real time, or you can actually just wait a couple of seconds here. Okay, I like going to view real time because I can actually see where a specific uh, person is coming from. Okay, for some reason there's somebody really far away from me. Well, let's wait until I join. Okay, here, there I am, the Hungry Ninja. Okay, well there's a this is gonna update itself. Um, Let me just click on something here so we can actually, let's go to how it works, for example. How it works. There we go. I'm in the how it works. You're gonna see that how it works is gonna show here in a couple of seconds. And everything's gonna be updated for better tracking. I don't know if I'm using a VPN, that's why I'm over there. I mean, I'm not supposed to be using a VPN here. There we go. Okay, I have no idea what's happening, why I'm in Australia. I mean, Papua New Guinea over there. But you get my point. You're supposed to see yourself in your specific country. If you test it in real time, or more or less real time, you should be able to see stuff like this. If you see this on your analytics, it means that you configure the whole thing properly. If you see the top part, which a lot of people ask me, but I'm still getting this up here, you can click on complete setup. And basically what Google wants to know if either these steps apply to you or they don't. Okay, in my particular case, they don't apply to me, so I can just mark it as complete. In my particular case, I'm not converting anything right now because you can actually you can go here conversions and events and everything. You can configure them yourselves. Okay. There's certain things that completely don't apply to me, like Google Ads. Why? Because I'm not putting Google Ads on my site. I can say that the data flowing is actually working properly because we just saw that I was able to see that there. So if you see this, treat this as a false positive because it is a little bit confusing. The fact that Google still tells you that it's missing information, which in reality is not. Okay, um, that should answer a couple of the questions, Anwar, in regards to
Yes.
Google Analytics. Any other
Yes,
questions that
so
you have?
you did a good and good explanations. Also, you cover a couple of the area which is um, how to set up Google Analytics account for a website.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could explain some of the viewer also that how to set it up, the accounts, and how to take that secret key and install it. Any website other than BD or uh, is it
Got it.
should be going to the header
That
or let
that's
me
a great
yeah,
question. Mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm. That's a great question. So for any other platform, it will depend on the platform. If they actually updated their, let's say, their backend, and they actually mention something like this, Google Analytics 4, like on WordPress, you should have a field that talks about, okay, paste your Google Analytics 4 ID, and you just paste the same way that you have it here. But if you have not updated WordPress or Wix has this, for example, I can tell you that. But there's specific platforms that don't have it yet, even though Google has been asking for this for the past 2 years. If they don't have it, and you're not gonna be waiting for the platform to update themselves, especially because we're already past July 1st, 2023, which was the deadline for this. What you do is the following: you go to your gear icon right there. You go to on the second column, you go to data streams. You click on web or you click here to make sure that you're on the correct one. You click there and you see view tag instructions. You click there and you copy this code. Click there and you need to paste this code. It actually should set it here somewhere immediately after the head element, which means it wants it on the header, on the actual head of the site. All sites should have, they have to have something where you can paste this in. If they don't have this one, they have to have one where you can actually paste this in the header. They have to, or else they're not very up to date. Like they're very 2010 right now. So once you copy that, you paste it on that site. And how do you test this? How do you test if you actually pasted it correctly on WordPress or Wix or Joomla or Drupal or PrestaShop or Uru, whichever you want? The same way that we just did it here. You go to the home, you check that you can see yourself here, and that's it. That's the trick. If you can see yourself here and you can see that Google Analytics is actually seeing where you're going to, like if I click here latest news and then I click on sample blog article 2, okay? Google Analytics should have seen that I went to the blog search results and then I went to blog article 2. And if I come here, when they update this, you're supposed to see, you can see that it just updated itself here. And you can see that it's showing me the search results page right now. And in
Mm-hmm.
a couple of seconds, it should say, what's this page? Sample SEO title. You can see the title here at the top. It should say sample SEO title. Uh, I don't know how many seconds. Before Google was actually faster here for refreshing this
Okay.
this stuff, but it should actually tell you. But at least you can see that it's changing. If it's changing depending on your behavior, that's great. That's great because that's what's supposed to be happening. Hmm.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was great.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So in regards to reports, so if anybody that's watching this video saw or use Google Analytics before, especially the Universal Analytics, and then the GA4 before today, of course, you've seen that they started merging a lot of things here. They merged so many that actually they have a section for advertising, for the AdSense and the ads stuff. So they have literally a section for this here and how they're converting and the conversion process there, and well, also the model that you're using there in the conversion path. But they merge a ton of things here. By default, they give you some examples like this. And let's just click on this one, the path exploration, which is the typical one that when somebody wants to learn more about Google Analytics or a course, they can actually, this one is very useful because you can see how people are going from one page to the other one. It's like a Kanban style flow that you can create here.
I have a one question.
Hmm.
Do you think Google has given like a site owner like us to use
Hmm.
these tools? We can set up some kind of parameter of the custom parameter of the report,
Yeah,
or
yeah, you have, well, the last time that I checked, you have more than 400 parameters that you can use. I know there's more now. It's just that yeah, that's
uh,
too much to study. There's too many things that you need to do here. But yeah, you can create your own reports if you go to reports. In this case, you're talking about reports. You can create your own specific reports and save them and see how they behave.
mhm.
Um, it, right now they have these default ones, but you can add more, a lot more. Okay. And here's customize your report. Here's the insights about the report that you're seeing, although we need more time. There's some reports, especially the insights one, that either won't start or won't show information unless so many days have passed. And on those days, Google was able to actually gather information from. I mainly use, in my case, I mainly use analytics to help me with the SEO optimizations that I do for the partners that get the SEO service. So there's an SEO service that we do at one time, and that's it. And there's a continuous SEO service that I do, which is it has its own cost, but it's more a daily or weekly basis kind of analysis that I go there and behave because you're basically fighting competitors. And it only applies to people that actually have big sharks, big competitors, because everybody else will be wasting their money. Like I try to avoid charging for that one if it's not needed, unless you actually have competitors that are being annoying and you're not ranking because of them or something like that. So then we go a little bit Rambo on it. So I start analyzing Google Analytics together with the Search Console, together with the insights from Google, together with the Lighthouse, even the Keyword Planner I use it in trends. So there's several tools that I use at the same time to make sure that I can actually give you a proper report if it's needed. So you can update the keywords and stuff like that, or you can adjust certain pages on your site in technical SEO so you can, let's say, you can compete in a better way
Mhm.
with less money, obviously, not paying. There's some companies that pay or charge $10,000, $15,000. We're talking a month, not a year. So you will be much less, but be able to compete against those people. But mainly I use Google Analytics for that, for SEO
So
reasons.
using the Google Analytic tools, can I compare my business transaction with my competitors?
You will need to merge um, other Google tools for that. So for example, let's go to ads.google.com. Why am I going to ads? I'm going to ads because of keyword plan. Okay,
Oh, I got it. Okay.
so we're gonna be talking
What
about keyword planner now.
trend? Like a trend, right?
There's trends too, but let's start talking about keyword planner now, so I can create just a video for it, okay? Or else it's gonna be a very long video.